Right now, there are about 1 billion to 1.5 billion people living in the most extreme of poverty, where there's no governance in many areas, there's no equality of genders, there's violence, there's illness. When Margaret pointed out the mortality rate, you convert that number in the United States, 3 out of 100,000 women will die during pregnancy, which is a low number, and it's pretty good, 3 out of 100,000. That's kind of a developed world best number we can get right now, because there are some anomalies that occur that we can't treat. But the number Margaret showed is as high as 5,000 out of 100,000, which is, it can range 1,200 to 7,000 out of 100,000. So these numbers are unacceptable. The conditions are harsh and hard, even in the hospitals, where often there's no electricity, there's no light, it gets dark at 6:30, there's no ventilation, no fan, no TV, no radio. People have very little medicine, there's very little adequate waste disposal. They're tough, brutal conditions, and yet the people of the communities have such a sense of loyalty that are there, and the healthcare workers are so well trained that even in these difficult and very stressful, trying conditions, you see the community caring for itself. And Margaret is a testimony to that by her she has given more, quite frankly, of her own resources than she should have into this. And I think that, proportionally, she beats Bill Gates and Bloomberg and all the others who are giving away their fortune. So she just wants you all to know I appreciate how much your contributions help. And I just told Margaret I would announce as my last thing that on each table in the center, Margaret actually bought online these cute little candles that are shaped like teacups. I mean, you have to admit it's a miniature, each of you can see it. So each table is going to individually, one of you can take it home, you have to make a contribution. You can decide, the table can bid or decide that each table, someone at that table, whoever wants to, just give some cash on the way out the door and take a cute little candle with you, which is reusable. Anyway, we should honor Margaret and the work she does, but more honor those people who are the healthcare workers overseas in hard conditions. And each of you, we're doing our share to recalibrate, right? The most important mathematical ratio is 1 is greater than 0. $1 is better than 0. Helping one person is better than 0. You can't get nihilistic thinking about the scope of the problem on a global level. Just think of it as a small level, and the mother whose life you save because of the dollars you give, the child whose life you save, that is sustainable because that person lived. None of us are going to live forever. When you make a difference and you're helping to recalibrate a world that needs this, your role is extremely important. And like I said, Margaret can't do it alone. She really can't. Thank you all.